What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your number one source for all things Dallas Cowboys. I'm your host, Dave, and today we're diving into some controversial post-game reactions after Derrick Henry's monstrous 151-yard performance against our Cowboys. Jerry Jones has no regrets about passing on Henry this offseason, but could this be a decision that comes back to haunt us? Let's break it all down. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest videos. Your subscription helps us get closer to our goal of 12,000 subscribers, and we appreciate every single one of you for being part of Cowboys Nation. Now, let's talk about what happened on Sunday. Derrick Henry absolutely torched the Cowboys defense, rushing for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not just a solid performance, it's the kind of game that makes you wonder if the Cowboys made the right moves this offseason. And what makes it sting even more is that Henry spends his offseason training right here in Dallas. He knows this city, and he definitely felt at home tearing through our defense. In his post-game interview, Henry was clearly proud of his performance, saying, "I hold myself to a high standard. I wanted to come out here and have an impact, and I felt like I did that today." And there's no denying it, the Ravens handed the Cowboys their third straight loss, and Henry was a big reason why. But here's where it gets interesting, Cowboys Nation. All offseason, we kept hearing about how Derrick Henry could be a great fit for Dallas, especially with Ezekiel Elliott on the decline. There was even talk that Henry was interested in playing for the Cowboys, but guess what? Jerry Jones and the front office never made a move. After Sunday's game, Jerry addressed the situation directly, saying, "We couldn't afford Derrick Henry." He went on to add that while Henry had a great day, the Cowboys just couldn't make the numbers work. So, what do you think, Cowboys fans? Should the Cowboys have made a bigger push to bring in a player like Derrick Henry this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going. And if you haven't already, vote in our poll. Did Jerry Jones make a mistake by not signing Derrick Henry? Yes or no? We want to know how you feel about it. Jerry's explanation boils down to money. Henry signed a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Ravens, which included $9 million guaranteed. And while that might sound like a lot, Jerry compared it to buying a mansion when you can't afford one. He said, "Why can't you buy a mansion when you live in a different kind of house?" We couldn't afford him. And hey, there's some truth to that. The Cowboys have a lot of high-priced contracts to manage, especially with Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and others. But here's the thing, Henry is showing that he's still got plenty left in the tank. He's 30 years old, but on Sunday, he became the first 30-plus-year-old running back since Adrian Peterson in 2015 to rush for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in a game. That's not just impressive, it's historic. In fact, Sunday's performance marked Henry's 12th career game with 150-plus rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, tying him with LaDainian Tomlinson for second most all-time. Only the legendary Jim Brown has more. So, here's the million-dollar question. Could the Cowboys have found a way to bring in Derrick Henry without breaking the bank? Or was Jerry Jones right to prioritize other areas of the roster? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to let us know if you think the Cowboys missed out on a big opportunity. We love hearing from you, and your opinions help shape the conversation here on Cowboys News TV. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the game itself. Henry's performance wasn't the only reason the Ravens dominated on the ground. Baltimore rushed for a whopping 274 yards as a team, with 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson and Henry finally found some chemistry on read option plays, and the Cowboys' defense just couldn't keep up. After 2 weeks of struggling, the Ravens' ground game finally clicked, and they exposed a major weakness in the Cowboys' defense. Through 3 games, Henry has rushed for 281 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaging 5 yards per carry. But the big question moving forward is whether the Ravens simply took advantage of a porous Cowboys run defense or if they've finally found their identity on the ground. Time will tell, but one thing is certain, the Cowboys need to figure out how to stop the run, and they need to do it fast. Speaking of the run defense, let's talk about what went wrong for the Cowboys. After a promising Week 1 performance against the Cleveland Browns, the Cowboys have now allowed back-to-back 190-yard-plus rushing games. And against the Ravens, it felt like the defense just had no answers. Osa Odigizwa and Eric Kendricks were vocal after the game, calling for more accountability and a renewed focus on fundamentals. But is that enough? Should the Cowboys consider making some adjustments in the personnel or scheme? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support means everything to us as we push toward our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Let's get there together, Cowboys Nation. Looking ahead, the Cowboys have some big decisions to make. As Jerry mentioned, they couldn't afford Henry, but is it time to reconsider how they're allocating their resources? The run game has been a problem, not just in terms of stopping it on defense, but also in generating it on offense. Ezekiel Elliott has yet to deliver a breakout game, and questions are swirling about whether he can return to his former glory. Could the Cowboys have used a back like Henry to rejuvenate their ground attack? Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Should the Cowboys have made a bigger splash in the offseason to bolster the run game, or are you confident that Zeke can still get the job done? Cast your vote in our poll and share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. The Ravens' win over the Cowboys has brought up a lot of what-ifs, but for now, we're left to wonder how things might have been different if Derrick Henry had been wearing the star on his helmet instead of the Ravens' purple and black. Would his powerful running style have been enough to turn the tide for the Cowboys? Only time will tell, but this game has certainly sparked some serious debate among fans and analysts alike. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who's been supporting Cowboys News TV. We're getting closer to our goal of 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll get there in no time. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our community of passionate Cowboys fans. And while you're at it, ring that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We've got a lot of exciting content coming up, from player breakdowns to game previews, and much more. Thanks for tuning in, Cowboys Nation. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. We want to hear what you think about Jerry's decision, Henry's performance, and what the Cowboys should do moving forward. Until next time, stay strong, stay loud, and go Cowboys!